Hello boys and girls, here we go with our workbook pages, with the reading pages. So today we are going to begin with adding ER and EST and the rule change Y to I. Make sure please that you are on page 167. That's the first page we are going to do today. Page 167 is your first page. And you also make sure you write your name and last name at the top of the page, please. Escriban su nombre y apellido en la línea de encima de la página. Alright, boys and girls. So today we're going to be adding ER and EST at the end of adjectives. And we are going to do so, boys and girls, because by adding ER and EST, we are going to use the adjectives to compare things, or to compare objects, or to compare different things. All right, so but there's a problem. When the adjective ends in Y, we need to change that Y to I in order to add ER or EST. We're gonna see that now. Ready? Here we go. It says read the words and circle the word that does not belong. So we're gonna circle the word that it's not the base adjective with ER or EST added. Here we go. We have fancy. If you notice, boys and girls, fancy ends in letter Y. Fancy, letter Y. We cannot add ER or EST when we have a Y at the end. So we are going to change, or you have to replace the Y with I. Once we do so, now we can add ER and EST. So let's take a look at the words that we have here. We have fancier, fanciest, and find. Which one, boys and girls, doesn't belong here? Which of these three words is not an adjective with ER or EST added? You're right, it's find. Find doesn't have ER or EST added. You see? So here, instead of the Y, we replace it with I. No Y, we replace it with I. All right, let's move on to number 2. So here we have, for number 2, we have happy, right? Happy has Y at the end. So what are we going to do? We're going to replace Y with I, and now we can add ER and EST. So we have happier, hand, and happiest. Which one is the word that doesn't belong? You're right, it's hand. Hand doesn't belong there because hand is a noun, not an adjective. And it doesn't have ER or EST added. So we have happier. You see? They replaced the Y with the I and they added ER. Happiest. They replaced the Y with the I and added EST. Alright, let's take a look at number 3. We have silly, right? Silly has Y at the end. We need to replace that Y with vowel I, and now we can add ER or EST. So let's see first which word doesn't belong. We have sillier, silliest, and still. Still is the one that doesn't belong. Still, it's not an adjective. Sillier, they replaced the Y with the I and added ER. We're comparing here two things. Silliest. We are comparing more than one. It's 2 or more. Silliest. They replaced the Y with the I, and added EST. Then we have funny. Funny ends with Y. So we replace the Y with the letter I, with the vowel I, and now we can add ER or EST. But first, let's find out which word doesn't belong here. We have far, funnier, and funniest. Which one doesn't belong? Far, right? And now we can see how here they replace the Y with the I and they add ER. We replace the Y with the I, the letter I, and we can add EST. Funniest. Number 5, jolly. Jelly. So we replace the Y with the letter I. And now, let's see which word doesn't belong. We have jollier, jolliest, and joke. So which word doesn't belong? Joke. Very good. All right. So here we can see how jolly has the Y already replaced with I and ER added. Jolliest, the Y was already replaced with I and EST added. Jolliest. Number 6, this is our answer. Number 6, we have messy. 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 We have the Y, we have the Y at the end. We're going to replace it with I. And now we can add, let's find out first which word doesn't belong. We have miss, messier, or messiest. So miss doesn't belong here. And messier, we have the I that was already replaced for the Y, and we have ER added. The I was already replaced for the Y and EST added. So ER and EST. So every time you have Y at the end of an adjective, you are going to replace it with I before you add ER or EST. All right, boys and girls, I want to see if I can get the entire page on the screen. This is a long page. I think I did. So you can kind of see the right answers and the rule. If you need to pause the video, si necesitan pausar el video, don't forget that you can do it. No olviden que lo pueden hacer. Alright, boys and girls, so we're moving down now to our next page. So today is our longest day, because today we have to do 2 pages front and back. Alright, so once again, now you're supposed to be on page 168. 168. You're going to go ahead and write your name and last name at the top of the page. Name and last name at the top of the page. And we are going to practice our sight words. Remember the sight words that we read on the other video? On the video that has the story. Circle the best answer to each question. Alright, so let's read number 1. What word goes with far? In other words, what is the opposite of far? ¿Cuál es lo opuesto a far? Near or high? Far, near. Lejos, cerca. This near is the opposite of far. Number 2, boys and girls, what word goes with plot? Is it always or stories? What has a plot? Always or stories? It's gonna be stories, right? A story has a plot. Alright, here we go. Number 3. What word goes with when? What word goes with when? When? So what could be a good answer if someone asks you, when did you go to ski? Well, you can say, I went to ski once, right? Once. Different doesn't go with ski. With when, I'm sorry. All right, so number 4. What word goes with just right? Is it enough or near? This one is kind of tricky, right? Just right. So just right. What does just right mean? Does it mean enough or does it mean near? It means enough. When something is just right, it's because it is enough. Cuando algo está justo bien, es porque está suficiente. All right, number 5. What word goes with low? What is the opposite of low? Low. The opposite of low is high or happy. High. What word goes with sad? What is the opposite of sad? Is it once or happy? It's happy, right? Happy is the opposite of being sad. Number 7. What word goes with never? Never. What is the opposite of never? Nunca. ¿Cuál es lo opuesto a nunca? It's gonna be high or always. It's always, right? That's the opposite of never. It's always. Lo opuesto a nunca es siempre. And our last word, our last sentence, what word goes with same? What is the opposite of same? When everything is the same, everything looks alike, right? But when everything is different, nothing looks alike. So you have different and stories. Different is the opposite of same. Once again, I'm going to try to get all the answers, the entire page on the screen, so you can see it. If you need to pause the video, this is a good time to do so. If you need to rewind, you can do it as well. Si necesitan pausar el video, este es un buen momento para hacerlo. Si necesitan poner el video hacia atrás, también lo pueden hacer. Alright, boys and girls, do not forget to write your name on these pages. And now we are moving to our next page. Our next page is going to be page 169. We're halfway through now. And we are going to be adding ER or EST. Don't forget, change the Y to I. That's the rule. Circle the word that best completes the sentence. Do not forget to write your name. If you want to pause the video to write your name, or if you want to write to the end to write your name on these pages. Si quieren pausar el video para escribir su nombre. Si no, pueden esperar al final para escribir su nombre. Alright, so let's see. Let's take a look at number 1. Number 1 says, my glue is what? My glue. Sounds like my glue is only one glue. My glue is what? My glue is sticky, or my glue is stickier. How many glues do you have? We only have one, so we cannot say stickier because we are not comparing your only glue to anything else. So you have to say my glue is sticky. Don't forget, you're going to write the word sticky over here. And then you can put the period over here. My glue is sticky because it's only one. You're not comparing it to anything else. We use ER when we want to compare to another thing. Number 2, that chic is the blank of all. So now we are comparing the chic to other chics because it says that chic is the blank of all. All means that there's more than one. So that chic is the what? The fluffy of all, or that chic is the fluffiest of all. That's the one. Fluffiest. Let's see if I can write it here. This one is going to be tricky, right? Fluffiest. You try your best, boys and girls. I know it's hard. So we add EST when we want to say, when we want to say that something is the top one, the best one. All right. So number 3, this cupcake is blank. This cupcake is what? Is yummy, or is the yummiest? This cupcake is yummy, or this cupcake is yummiest. We don't have all, and we're not comparing this cupcake to any other cupcake. So we're going to say that this cupcake is yummy. And then we can put a period over here because we're not comparing that cupcake to anything else. All right. So number 4. My hat is the blank of all. We have all already. We have all again. So that means that we are comparing that hat to more than one hat. We're comparing that hat to other hats. So what word can we use? Can we say my hat is the fancier of all? Or my hat is the fanciest of all? It's going to be fanciest. Because you're saying this is the one. This is the top one. This one is the best. Fanciest of all. I know there's not enough space to write some of the words. Number 5. Her bird makes the blank sounds. Her bird what? Her bird makes the sillier sounds. Sillier than what other thing? When you use ER, you're comparing two things. So her bird makes the sillier sounds. Sillier than what other bird? It doesn't say. So her bird makes the silliest, silliest. Even though it doesn't say all, but we know, boys and girls, that for what we can read, it is comparing more than one. It says her bird makes the silliest sounds. So the is a key. It's a key article right here, because it's telling you it's the top one. That was supposed to be a letter I, right? Yeah, that was supposed to be a letter I. I-E-S-T. So sometimes I make a mistake with writing one of the words. You still have the words at the bottom that you can see. All right, we're moving to our last sentence. Sentence number 6. Luke tells blank jokes. Let's see, which adjective can we use? Luke tells funny jokes, or Luke tells funnier jokes. Which one do you think it is? Funny, right? We're not comparing Luke's jokes to anyone else's jokes. So we're going to say that Luke tells funny jokes. Alright, boys and girls, I'm going to try to get this page on the screen so you can see all the answers at once. If you need to pause the video, you can do so. Tengo todas las respuestas en la pantalla ahora. Si necesitan pausar el video, pueden hacerlo ahora. Alright, boys and girls, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and do our last page for today. So once again, do not forget, I need your name and last name on all these pages. These pages that are from your reading textbook, from your reading workbook, I need your name and last name at the top of each of them. We're gonna do spelling words ending in ER and EST. So those are the spelling words. Then we're gonna sort the words, write the correct words in each column. You actually have 3 columns. You have the words with ER added, the words with EST added, and finally you have the base words, the ones that have nothing added to them. Alright, but before we get into this, let's read the spelling words. Here we go. We have ard, ard, hard, arder, arder, harder or harder, ardest, ardest, hardest. So you can see how the word progresses. Hard is the base word, then you have harder, you're comparing it to something else, and then the hardest. The hardest is like the top one. Then we have fast, fast, faster, you're comparing it to something else, and then the fastest, the top one. All right, we have slow, slow, the base word, slower, slower, you're comparing it to something else, and then slowest, slowest. The slowest is the top one, right? And then our last one is going to be sooner, sooner. All right, so how about, boys and girls, if we find out which are the words that end with ER? So I'm gonna color code these with my red pen, or this is kind of pink, right? All right, so here you have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Here we are going to write the words that have ER at the end. So which are the words that have ER? We have harder, faster. We need 4 of them, right? Slower, and the last one is going to be sooner. How many do we have that end in ER? We have harder, faster, slower, and sooner. All right, I'm going to use another color now. I'm going to use blue now to color code the ones that end in EST. EST. So which are the ones that end in EST? We have hardest, fastest, slowest. How many do we have that end in EST? 3 of them. Hardest, fastest, and slowest. You're going to write them here. All right, so you're going to write here the ones that end in ER. Las que terminan en ER, la escribimos aquí. Son harder, faster, slower, and sooner. They go here. The ones that end with EST, las que terminan en EST, ¿cuáles son? Hardest, fastest, slowest. You're going to write them here. La vamos a escribir aquí. And then last but not least, at the bottom, you're going to write the base words. So which are the base words? The base words are the words that the adjectives that don't have ER or EST added. We have hard, fast, slow. I have 3 of them. We're going to write them here. Las 3 palabras que no tienen ningún final añadido. Hard, fast y slow las vamos a escribir aquí abajo. Las vamos a copiar. Alright, boys and girls, that was it for today. Our reading and phonics lesson and spelling lesson for today. I want you to make sure you have your name and last name on each of the pages that we did today. Do not forget that we still have to do Spelling City. On Spelling City, you're going to be able to review all of these words. There's an activity for every day of the week with your spelling words. You also have to do I Ready. Do not forget to do I Ready, at least 10 to 15 minutes of I Ready every day, boys and girls. And well, I hope you also rest a little bit and have a wonderful day. I'll see you later for math. Bye.